Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluent English with Podcast, the place where learning English feels simple, practical, and fun.
That's right. We're your hosts, Peter and Sophie. And today, we've got something special for you. An episode that will actually change the way you practice English every single day.
Yes, because today we're going to show you step by step how to talk about your day in English. It's one of the most useful skills you can learn.
And here's the best part. By the end of this episode, you won't just listen. You'll actually be able to describe your own daily routine with simple, clear sentences.
Why talking about your day matters.
Now, you might be asking yourself, why should I practice talking about my day? Isn't that too basic?
Great question. And here's the answer. Talking about your day is one of the most powerful tools to improve your fluency. Why? 'Cause your daily life is always with you. You don't need a textbook. You don't need a script. Your routine is the perfect practice material.
Yes. Think about it. Every day you wake up, get ready, eat, go somewhere, talk to people, do activities. Each of those actions can be expressed in English. I wake up. I brush my teeth. I go to work. These are short, simple sentences, but when you put them together, you're already telling a story.
And here's something even more important. In real conversations, people will often ask you questions like, "How's your day going?" or "What do you usually do in the morning?"
If you've never practiced, you might freeze or you'll answer with just one word. Good.
But if you practice describing your day in English, you'll be ready. You'll have a little toolbox of sentences. When someone asks you, you can open that toolbox, take out the right sentence, and boom! You're speaking naturally.
And it does two amazing things at once. It makes you sound more confident, and it also makes you feel more confident.
Exactly. 'Cause fluency isn't just about big grammar rules or advanced vocabulary. It's about being able to communicate what's happening in your life step by step in a natural way.
And guess what? You don't even need complicated vocabulary. In this episode, you'll see how daily words like eat, drink, walk, study, sleep can become powerful building blocks.
So if you've ever thought, "I don't know what to say in English," this episode is for you. 'Cause after today, you'll know how to describe every part of your day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed.
All right, let's begin this journey together. And where does every day start? With the morning.
Morning routine.
All right, so let's start with the morning. For me, mornings are, well, not always easy. My alarm rings at 7 a.m. and honestly, I never want to get up.
Same here. My alarm goes off at 6:30, and my first thought is always, just 5 more minutes. But those 5 minutes somehow turn into 20.
I think that happens to everyone. But finally, I sit up in bed, stretch my arms, and say, "Okay, let's do this."
For me, the first thing I do is drink a glass of water. It helps me wake up. Then I brush my teeth, wash my face, and take a shower.
Yes, the shower is so important. Feels like pressing a restart button. Through a warm shower, I feel fresh, clean, and ready to start the day.
And for learners, notice how simple that is to describe in English. I drink water. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. Short, clear sentences.
Exactly. And there are many other small things you can say. For example, I make my bed. I open the curtains. I check my phone. I listen to music.
Yes, you can even say, I do some stretching. I read the news. I prepare my clothes.
And of course, after all of that, it's breakfast time.
Ah, breakfast, the best part of the morning. For me, I usually have bread with butter and jam, and sometimes eggs. If it's the weekend, I make pancakes. And of course, coffee. Coffee is my best friend in the morning.
I'm a little different. My breakfast is usually light. I drink tea, I eat toast, or sometimes cereal with milk. And if I'm in a hurry, I just grab a banana.
That's a good point. You don't always have to describe a perfect breakfast. You can say, I eat cereal. I drink coffee. I eat fruit. I don't eat breakfast.
Yes, that's real life. Some people skip breakfast, and that's okay to say in English. I don't eat breakfast.
Another easy structure you can practice is adding usually, sometimes, or always. For example, I usually drink coffee. Sometimes I eat eggs. I always brush my teeth.
That's so helpful. Makes your sentences more natural and shows frequency.
After breakfast, it's time to get ready. I put on my clothes, check my bag, and make sure I have everything: wallet, phone, keys.
Yes, I always double-check my keys. One time I left them inside and locked myself out. It was so embarrassing. Now I check every morning.
Good lesson. And again, very easy to describe. I get dressed. I check my bag. I put on my shoes. I brush my hair.
See, learners? Morning routines are full of useful English sentences. You can create a whole story just with these small actions.
That's the key. Don't think you need complicated words. Just describe what you really do, step by step. And that's already amazing practice.
So now that we've finished the morning, it's time to step outside and face the next big part of the day, the commute.
Commute and work.
So, after the morning routine, there's one challenge we both face every single day: the commute.
Ah, yes, the commute. For me, it's by bus. I usually leave home around 8 o'clock, walk to the bus stop, and wait. Sometimes the bus is on time, sometimes it's late. And sometimes it's so crowded that I can't find a seat.
I can imagine. For me, it's different. I drive to work. You might think driving is comfortable, but honestly, it can be stressful. There's traffic, honking horns, and parking problems.
See? Both options have their problems. And learners, notice how simple these sentences are. I take the bus. I wait at the bus stop. The bus is crowded. I drive my car. The traffic is bad.
Exactly. Easy words, but very real English. And of course, not everyone takes the bus or drives. Some people say, I walk to school. I ride my bike. I take the train. I take the subway.
Yes. And you can add time expressions. It takes 20 minutes. Takes 1 hour. My commute is short. My commute is long.
Perfect. Now, after the commute, the real day begins, work or school.
When I arrive at the office, the first thing I do is sit at my desk, open my laptop, and check my emails. Oh, so many emails.
Yes, emails never stop. For me, I also make a quick to-do list. I write down my tasks, maybe coding, fixing a bug, or preparing for a meeting.
And for our listeners who are students, it's the same idea. You can say, I go to class. I listen to the teacher. I take notes. I talk with my friends.
Exactly. Whether you're working or studying, you can describe it simply. I work. I study. I write. I read. I talk. I listen. These are the building blocks of your daily routine.
And don't forget about emotions. You can say, work is busy. Work is exciting.
School is difficult. Class is fun. Adding an adjective makes your English sound more natural.
That's such a good point. For example, I can say, today my work is stressful. Or my meeting is interesting. Very short but powerful.
So learners, remember, the commute and work are not just things you do. They're also great practice for English. Every bus ride, every class, every meeting is an opportunity to describe your life in simple sentences.
Exactly. And once we finish the morning and the start of work, there's one very important moment waiting for us: lunch.
Lunch and afternoon work.
After a busy morning, I'm always ready for one thing: lunch.
Me too. Lunch is my favorite break of the day. I usually go out with coworkers to a small restaurant near the office. Sometimes I order soup, sometimes a sandwich, and always a big glass of water.
That sounds good. My lunch is usually simple. I bring food from home, maybe pasta, maybe salad. and sometimes just a sandwich. If I'm tired, I buy something quick like pizza.
So learners, you can describe your lunch very easily. For example, I eat rice and chicken. I eat salad. I drink juice. I have a sandwich. I eat fast food.
And don't forget, sometimes lunch isn't just about food. It's about people. You can say, I eat with my friends. I eat alone. I talk with my coworkers. I laugh with my classmates.
Yes, that's so true. Lunch is often social. For example, I sometimes say, I have lunch with my team. Or, I meet a friend for lunch. Very short, very useful.
After lunch, though, it's back to work. And honestly, the afternoon can be a little harder because, well, I feel sleepy after eating.
That's so common. I think many people feel that way. But still, the work continues. In the afternoon, I usually have meetings. Sometimes I talk to clients. Sometimes I work on projects.
For me, I usually focus on writing reports or answering emails. It's a quiet time, but very busy.
And again, you can describe this simply. Learners, repeat with us. I write emails. I have a meeting. I make a phone call. I work on a project. I study for my exam.
Yes, and you can add feelings. The meeting is boring. Class is difficult. Project is exciting. See how easy it is to add detail?
Exactly. And here's another tip. Use time words. For example, in the afternoon, I usually work on my computer. In the afternoon, I sometimes feel tired. In the afternoon, I study English.
That's perfect. It's very natural, and you can build many different sentences just by changing one or two words.
So, after lunch and the afternoon work, the day slowly moves toward evening. And that means the commute home, dinner, and free time.
Yes, maybe the best part of the day. Let's talk about that next.
Evening and free time.
So, after a long afternoon of work, I finally leave the office. My commute home is usually about 40 minutes by car. Sometimes the traffic is bad, but I listen to podcasts or music to make it better.
That's smart. For me, I take the bus home again. But in the evening, I actually enjoy it. The day is finished, I sit down and I just relax while looking out the window.
And learners, here are some simple ways to describe this part of your day. I go home. I take the bus home. I walk home. I drive home. I listen to music on the way.
Exactly. When I finally arrive home, the first thing I do is change into comfortable clothes. I put on a t-shirt, soft pants, and my slippers. Feels so good after a busy day.
Same here. And then it's time for dinner. In my house, dinner is around 7 p.m. I usually cook with my wife. We make pasta, rice with vegetables, or sometimes just soup.
That sounds delicious. I often cook too, but sometimes I'm tired, so I just order food. Maybe Chinese food, maybe pizza. And if I want something quick, I make a salad.
So learners, again, you can practice with simple sentences. I cook dinner. I eat with my family. I eat with my partner. I order food. I eat rice, vegetables, and chicken.
And after dinner comes free time. And this can look different for everyone. For me, I love reading a book in the evening. Sometimes I watch TV or I call my parents to talk.
For me, I often play video games, or I watch a series on Netflix. If I have energy, I go to the gym. But sometimes I'm just too tired, so I lie on the sofa and relax.
And for students, you might say, I do my homework. I study English. I chat with my friends online. I scroll on social media.
Yes, and you can also describe your hobbies. I play guitar. I paint. I go for a walk. I listen to podcasts. All of these are great daily English sentences.
And notice it doesn't have to be complicated. Short sentences like I read a book, I watch TV, I go for a run, are perfect for describing your evening.
That's right. And as the night gets later, it's time for one last important part of the routine, going to bed.
Yes, the bedtime routine. Let's talk about that next.
Bedtime and reflection.
So, after dinner and some free time, the day slowly comes to an end. For me, bedtime is very important. I usually get ready around 10:30 p.m.
Yes, me too. And bedtime routines are actually very easy to describe in English. For example, I say, I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I change into pajamas.
Exactly. And don't forget you can add small details. I brush my hair. I set my alarm. I drink water.
And after that, I sometimes read a book in bed. It helps me relax. If I'm really tired, I just go straight to sleep.
For me, I like to reflect a little before sleeping. Sometimes I write in my journal, today I felt happy. Today I worked hard. Today I met a friend. It helps me practice gratitude.
That's beautiful. Learners, you can do the same in English. Before bed, you can say, today was good. I learned something new. I felt tired but proud. Tomorrow will be better.
Yes, it doesn't need to be long. Even one simple sentence each night is powerful. And it's a great way to practice English while also thinking about your day.
Then finally, I turn off the light, lie down, and say good night.
Same here. Calm ending to a busy day.
So learners, that's the full daily routine from morning to night. We hope this gave you useful, simple sentences you can use to describe your own day in English.
Yes, and remember, practice a little every day. Even just saying I wake up. I eat breakfast. I go to work. I go to bed. That's already English practice.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the more fluent you'll become.
So that's it for today's episode of Fluent English with Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with a friend, and of course, keep practicing your English daily.
See you next time and good night.